Praises to the Most High. We just want to come briefly to talk about what's going on in our government and our Senate right now. This is Jasmine Crockett and the Democratic Party. They are reporting that the Republican House and the Senate voted that Donald Trump could start deporting American citizens. And so we all know what that means, right? We all know what that means. Okay, make sure we still in here. That they can start sending round you up. If you don't have any ID on you, well, if you do have ID on you, because American citizens, and start sending American citizens to countries that they are paying to house you in jails and prisons. And if they do that, you know that you're not going to be treated humanely. You're not going to be treated humanely. If they round you up, illegally round you up, they're not going to treat you humanely, okay? You're not going to be treated humanely. You can count on that, okay? So we're going to look at this video for this purpose. Right here, I got it queued right here because they're going to explain to you what due process is. Because I know I've been teaching, and indicting this government and our Israelite brothers and sisters who lead. They have the 501c3, and they say they're going to continue to teach that Esau's laws, the laws he made. Look at I think I'll turn to that Wisdom of Solomon. You look at the Wisdom of Solomon, it won't take long. Okay, this is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. We're going to start at verse 1, then we're going to just jump down to the point. Okay? We're going to jump down to the point. Wisdom of Solomon 2. Solomon starts off saying, verse 1 says, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves." They were talking to themselves. They was reasoning. They came together at crafty counsel, reasoning with themselves, and say, but not all right. But they wasn't thinking right. They were not all right. They were not all right. They didn't feel all right, and therefore they was thinking unrighteously. Their thinking was not right. They was not feeling right. And you know your feelings control your thinking. Your thinking control your feeling. They work back and forth. The ego with the id. And they don't have a super ego because they don't have godliness in it. So their super ego is upside down, wicked. They're the wicked, born wicked from this. They're born wickedly. They're estranged from the womb. And they can't be changed. The only way you can be changed, you got to have a godly conscience. To think like God and not like a beast. Not think, you if you're thinking evolution, you're thinking like a beast, like the animals of the field. So they were not, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. They were not aright. I said all right. They were not aright. They were not right. Their thinking was not right. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. They talking about themselves now. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. They don't return. They don't have a second chance, a second life. Okay, so that's how they thinking. Let's go. You read down through that and you'll see. Okay. Now this is what they're thinking now. This is to the point that Jasmine Crockett is making. They are all one people. They are all thinking this same thing. All of them are starting at the verse 1. They're thinking, starting at verse 1, this same thing. Okay? Here's what they're thinking. Let none of us go without his part. A lot of them, if you ain't rich, a rich white person, then you've lacked something you have lacked something. You haven't got your share of the riches of this land, right? You lack something. Let none of us go without his part. So that's why they chose Donald Trump. That's why they chose Donald Trump, so they can get their part. Donald Trump is moving everybody out of their way. They want everybody to be moved out of their way so they can get their part. Even the American citizens, starting with the people who had came over here and earned their citizenship. They claim white, which means they usurped authority above the indigenous people of this land, which are the black Israelites, right? They usurped their authority, their position by force and illegally. They claim to be white, and they claim the United States to be the government of this land, right? They claimed it. They claimed it. They have claimed it. It says, let none of us go without his part, our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. Tokens, statues, history. They're getting rid of all the black history because they trying to accomplish this scripture right here. The Bible said they was going to do it, and they are doing it. They are doing it. They are leaving tokens which erase all the superheroes, all the gods of this earth, the black people, black Israelites, erase everything they done to make their life. And every other nation that had us in captivity, we created all the inventions. We did everything in society that would make society civilized and make them have an easy life. We did that. All of the inventions. I got the books. The only thing they created was the patent to steal our inventions, right? Okay. It said let us leave tokens of our joyfulness. Big beautiful houses, the White House, the government, everything that they are using to enjoy our land, they want to leave a legacy, a monument of that they've been here. Why? Because they already said in verse 1, when their time is up, it's up. They know that already. You think these devils don't know that God is coming back to eliminate them? To erase them, even from our memory? He's going to erase them from our memory. That's how bad it is. Just think how you would feel if that curse was on you. No chance for repentance, no chance for redemption. You can't even change your mind and say, okay, I don't want to be a bad white supremacist no more. Because they'll kill you if you say, I don't want to be a part of this nation. I want to go live with the Israelites and help them build their nation back up again because y'all destroyed them and I want to go help them. They will destroy you. So it ain't no good white people available. They can't even show. They know they can't. They know their moms and dads will kill them or destroy them if you turn against your nation right now while they falling. Okay, so here's the thing. For this is our portion. They saying this is their time to get the part of the earth, to enjoy the earth. This is their time. And our lot is this. This is all we got. This is why God created us. He created us. He blessed our forefather Esau to be able to rule and take whatever he wants from anybody on the land, and that's how he was going to live. Why? Because he was predestinated according to the foreknowledge. God knew he would choose this. He would choose this road anyway. Why would anybody say, okay, here's your blessing. You get to go around and kill everybody and take everybody's stuff for your living? A righteous man would say, no, I don't want that blessing. That's a curse. Because I don't want to hurt people. I love people. I don't want nothing. I'll live poor before I go around and hurt other people. I would just live poor. I'll be the slave. That's what we said. That's what the Israelites said. We'll be the slaves before we just go around and kill the devil and everybody that's standing with him, before we just attack them and we'll just rather go on and be their servants. Let God handle it. But not these people. Not the nations. They don't have a godly conscience. Okay, I want to go ahead because I want to get to this video. The last part is the best. Is not the best part. This is the best part. And so verse 10 says, let us oppress the poor and righteous man. This is their thought. Their thought to their dilemma was, okay, let us oppress the poor, and they know we righteous. They know we ain't did nothing to them to deserve this. Did y'all know Israel is burning right now? They're being spewed out of the land. God is spitting them up out of the land. The land is spitting them up. Let us oppress the poor and righteous man. Let us not spare his widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hair of age. You see what I mean? That speaks for itself. Ain't that what they're doing right now? They can't say that they are not these people, because they have yielded their members to Satan to do his will. And this is his will. This is prophecy, what they would be doing in the last day when they realize their time is up. They said, well, let's go get God's people and destroy them. Let's make it hard as we can make it on them and destroy them. They didn't say, well, maybe if we don't do that and maybe we go and try to correct what our forefathers did, then maybe God will give us, and maybe he'll change his mind and won't destroy all of us with them nukes and with hellfire and total annihilation of existence. They didn't think of what the reward would be if they came back to righteousness. They didn't think of that. That proves that they have no changes, that they cannot change, that their thinking is wrong. It's all wrong, right? So we get on, we keep thinking, we keep reading, and let's see. Let's read verse 11. It says, let our strength be the law of the justice. Let our strength, what will be our strength? How can we do this? Would they or the God said the earth, we can't whoop them people. They said, okay, what I'll tell you what our strength would be. Our strength would be the law of justice, because we know these people, before they'll fight and destroy other humans, before they'll be inhuman, they'll let us have our way. If we do it under the guise of legalism. This is legal. These are the laws of God. Y'all got to follow them. That's why those brothers, the video I just put out, the last video, those brothers are saying, God will destroy you if you don't obey them wicked laws that they got you under. They don't understand it. Before they'll fight and attack their own enemies and destroy their own enemies, they'll give in, bow down, put their neck down and say, just go ahead and kill me. I can't raise my hand against y'all. I can't stand up against y'all. God will kill me. That's that slave mentality. That's that slave mentality, man. So I'm going to just keep bringing it out. It says, let our strength is going to be the law of justice. We'll make some laws and we'll say it's justice because God ordained these laws, right? It says, for that which is feeble, calling us a that. We're not human. They don't know what humanity is. They say that which is feeble. Since they are feeble-minded, since they are so damn crazy that they'll let us walk on them, they are found to be, well, they ain't worth nothing. See how they look at us? If you'll let them walk on you and let them psych you out, you know that's wrong. You know they wrong. God is pleading with you and telling you to stand, challenge them, resist their jurisdiction. Now, we're going to find out what due process and jurisdiction is. But I had to bring that out to you to show you that their laws, we don't have to agree with it. We don't have to bow down like Jasmine and them. They up here reporting, look what they done. They ain't did a damn thing, man. That means nothing. Them voting, they already did it. This is this prophecy coming to pass, that they would make you think that their laws are justice, is what we should follow. We should bow down to whatever they decide to do, right? But God is doing this because he is forcing us to challenge them. Because that's the only way we're going to get revenge. That's the only way he's going to get his revenge, because he already prophesied that he will get his revenge by the hand of his people Israel. He's going to bend Judah like a bow, and he's going to shoot out the northern kingdom. And I can't see those pale-faced y'all call it northern kingdom. I can't see them standing up for nothing but the secret treaty of Verona, joining in with these people and joining in with them and helping them to subdue us. So let's go back to let's see. All right.
Maybe all of them. Next year.
All right.
And to our fearless leader. I feel like I've been with him my whole congressional career. That's because I have, actually.
She's sickening.
What do you have to say?
Well, first of all, hello to all the friends of Jasmine Crockett out there. She's doing a fantastic job for everybody. Look, the first two votes have got to be read together. The first one, we said, okay, nobody should be deported from the country without due process. They refused.
Where is due process found?
Due process is found in the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Constitution, y'all.
And what does due process mean? It means, like, before they deprive you of your life, your liberty, or your property, you get to hear what the charges are against you. You get to put on your evidence, as Jasmine Crockett has done as a lawyer and as a member of Congress. There's got to be some structure to it, so it's fair, right? There's got to be a neutral fact finder, right? Who decides, all right, that's all we're saying.
And hopefully prevents these mistakes.
So before you get sent out of the country, there's got to be due process. There's got to be a fair hearing, right? And our colleagues refuse to vote for that, despite the fact that the Supreme Court just said in a 9-0 decision that there's got to be, and that includes everybody on that Supreme Court. That's pretty incredible that all 9 of them would actually say, yeah, we agree, there's got to be due process.
And the last time I checked, the Constitution, that's supposed to be the highest law that we have in the land. That's what I thought.
Supreme law of the land. That's what I thought. Not Donald Trump.
Constitutional professor,
So the first one says, okay, we said you can't deport people without due process. The Republicans said no. The second one, Ms. Jaibal's amendment, she said, well, you can't deport or detain U.S. citizens if you're ICE, right? That to it, so it's fair, right? There's got to be a neutral fact finder, right? Who decides, all right, that's all we're saying.
And hopefully prevents these mistakes.
So before you get sent out of the country, there's got to be due process. There's got to be a fair hearing, right? And our colleagues refuse to vote for that, despite the fact that the Supreme Court just said in a 9-0 decision that there's got to be, and that includes everybody on that Supreme Court. That's pretty incredible that all 9 of them would actually say, yeah, we agree, there's got to be due process.
And the last time I checked, the Constitution, that's supposed to be the highest law that we have in the land. That's what I thought.
Supreme law of the land. That's what I thought. Not Donald Trump.
It's constitutional.
All right, did you hear what she said? The Constitution, common law, God's laws, everybody's equal. The Constitution also says that they have an oath they have to keep to the sovereign people of this land. That's us. They have a constitution. They swore an oath that they would not, being over here with us, the Moors gave them visa to come over here and set their colonies up to run, and so they can live according to God's laws, the Bible, so they can practice their Christian religion. We didn't know what that was at the time. But we gave them a visa, Declaration of Independence. We signed it. They brought their people over here because that's in the Peace and Friendship Treaty, 1776. That's in the rights of indigenous people, that the people that's under that visa can bring their people to help them live their life and build their life up. That's what white slavery was about. They brought people over here to help them build their new home up that we had gave them, the 13 states on that East Coast. Can you believe it? We gave them the East Coast ports, right? We gave them rights to share that East Coast with us, but they took it all, right? That's what white slavery, indentured slavery is about. But if you read through the Peace and Friendship Treaty, the Constitution, the rights of indigenous people, and the Human Rights Division, what their articles are, they all say the same thing. That we can't go stop them. We can stop them if we see that they're breaking our laws. But they have a territory, we have a territory. And they cannot stop us by any means. Everything they've been doing with these police and forcing us under their admiralty or military tribunal jurisdiction is wrong. Because we are only supposed to be taken to the Supreme Court and tried by God's law, the Constitution, rights of indigenous people, Peace and Friendship Treaty. The federal question is, can a foreign nation come over here and make laws and try us by their laws, force us under their jurisdiction? That's no. The Supreme Court says no. They will never win. If you challenge their jurisdiction, they have to prove to you that they have written, they have a written affidavit from the Supreme Court that they can charge you. That means both nations have gotten together, the sovereign people of this land, the Northern Kingdom Israelites, and the United States of America agreed that we will let you try them in your court and put them. We'll come and sit in. We'll let you go ahead because the violation has been so grievous. We will let you go ahead. That's the only way, the Supreme Court. Well, we are asleep. We were asleep. So the Supreme Court was working with feeble-minded people. But they said, because y'all are asleep and we're not willing to wake y'all up and tell y'all who y'all are, because that way y'all will have total jurisdiction over your land, and you probably gonna put us out when you find out what we did to y'all, saying we are white, we stole everything y'all got, killed your relatives, destroyed you. So they're not gonna wake us up. They already read in the Bible what's gonna happen when we start waking up, the dry bones, Ezekiel 37. They already read that. This is what God is going to do to us, and we're gonna, and they're gonna take everything back from us that we stole, raped, robbed, and murdered for, right? They're gonna take it all back. So we're gonna be fair to keep God from coming back quickly and destroying us. We're gonna be as fair as we can without waking them up. So we're gonna convene this Supreme Court to treat them fairly while the whole world is watching. The whole world knew what they did. And when they decided as one Confederate people, all the nations, that we'll treat them right, and maybe they won't wake up and start fighting us. Maybe we can hold this supremacy, we can hold this rulership over all the Israelites if we keep them in sin by their own admission, by their own doing. They want to be with us. We don't have a law on us. This is the nations talking. We don't have laws that we have to follow. God is not judging us for being wicked at the time. We can break all the laws that he put on the Israelites, that he gave the Israelites to keep, and he would not send us into punishment for doing so, because the laws don't apply to us. You got to think of it like that. We're arguing this thing out, man. And so they said, we will give them a Supreme Court. The law of the land is the Supreme Court. The highest law in the land is common law. The Constitution is based on common law, which is godly law. Godly civics. Go back and look at God, and look at how God designed us to how we should treat our people and them. Go back and look at those laws, and you'll see they match up perfectly with the Constitution and the rights of indigenous people. All those articles I named. That's where they got their foundation from, God's laws, civic laws, how we should treat each other. And they said, we're going to judge them on that. And our people who we gave visa to come in here, we'll judge them on our laws. And maybe the human rights laws, maybe. So now you see that what I've been teaching you, God had them already set up. His laws is still in place. His laws is the law of the land. Not the UCC codes. They are not laws. Study that. Look in your Black Laws book. Black Law book, 3rd edition. Their law is not the law of the land. She just told you the supreme law of the land is the Constitution, which is Nathaniel, Deacon Yassab. The Constitution ain't for us. Yes, it is. I've tried to tell y'all 1,000 times. General Yohana, they still consider us the sovereign to this land. We just don't know it. But if we wake up to that, God already got it set in place to where we can challenge them under our laws, which is the Constitution, the civil laws of the Bible. The civil laws of the Bible. Who do those laws belong to? Who did he give those laws to? Us. So when you wake up and you got a dilemma with them, you challenge their jurisdiction. And you don't make a plea in their court until they tell you what jurisdiction they're going to plan to take action against you on. And if it's any other jurisdiction but common law, constitutional law, then you make a motion to dismiss the case, because you will be in the wrong court. Because you are sovereign, and no state, no county, no city can try you in their court, because you are sovereign, and they have to send you to your court. They have to take you to your court. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. We got rid of that. Sorry about that. So that's what I was here for. Just another opportunity to show you that I know what I'm talking about. And God didn't leave you down here lawless and in the hand of their wicked laws. All praises to the Most High in Christ.